Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my talk show. I'm your host, Owen Rebel. It's my talk show, Late Night Rebel, and we have our special guest here, the one and only LeyLey. How you doing today?
Hey.
So,
Hey. Hello.
it's been a long time, I think since you and I actually sat down and talked.
Oh, like one on. Yeah, it's been a freaking while. Like, usually I'll just run into you, like,
Mm-hmm.
at Necro Nights or Necro Nights, like, on the
Mm-hmm.
weekends, but that's about it. Mostly because schedule
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
differences and stuff.
That's what I was saying earlier. I was telling the chat earlier in the pre-show where I just talked to my audience or talked to the chat. Like, you and
Mm-hmm.
I, we've known each other for almost like 2.5 years now, I think. Something close to that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been it's been
A
a
really
very
long time
yeah,
since, like, I started on here.
it's been such a long time. Um let's start with like the basic question. So, how did you end up actually finding out about VR chat? Like the first initial like how'd you get into this game?
The first initial thing was I had watched Dyrus
Mhm.
because I liked watching League and stuff like that. I noticed he was playing VR chat, and I thought, well, this is interesting, right? And at first it was just kind of like, oh, this is a quirky little thing, whatever. But then Dreg started appearing on his streams, and I'm like, who's this guy? He's fucking like trolling the fuck out of him. This is amazing. And then I started watching Drek, and I was just like, this is amazing. I can just go around trolling people and just fucking with them. So I ended up making an account, and from there I had like I completely just whipped up like a little avatar as quickly as I could. And I was like, okay, my thing was I used to go around pugs and I used to ask people, oh, did you like summon a demon? I couldn't pop through the portal because I had to take an Uber.
Mhm.
So it was like going around asking people if they summoned a demon or trying to help me find who summoned me. Like, those are really sweet days though. I'd get some like really wholesome people would be like, "Oh, I summoned you to like be a friend or to hang out with me today." And I used to just do stuff like that. But yeah, it all started from Dyrone and it all started from Drek, basically.
Oh
I did
yes.
not expect to end up meeting them, which was kind of crazy, but yeah.
Damn, that's interesting because I like to ask that question because I've actually almost done 150 interviews
Mhm.
now. I'm like getting up there,
Nice.
and the amount of people I've interviewed, most people start from I've watched a YouTuber or a streamer, and that seems to be almost 90% of the people
Mhm.
that I interviewed come from streamers or YouTubers, which is interesting because if you ever go to a public, they're always like, I hate streamers and YouTubers. So,
Well, yeah, it just kind of goes to show how much influence some people can have. And
hmm
it's like Dyrus would have been the last person I would have expected to find this place through, but I did, and it was fucking worth like a
hmm
100%. And yeah, people saying they hate streamers and stuff like that. I think it's not necessarily that they hate streamers. I think they just hate people being rude and not,
yeah,
not being socially aware of like stuff like that streamers tend to
hmm
do,
hmm
where they'll go up to someone and then kind of like expect them to like do a song and dance for them,
yeah,
basically. Like, and that stuff that's no bueno, basically. I
yes.
can, I can kind of understand their mentality, but at the same time, it's like, well, the game wouldn't have all these people in it if it wasn't for YouTubers and streamers and all this.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's why I don't really stream. I don't go to, well, I stream, but I just do my talk show. I don't go to Publix and stream
Mm-hmm.
anymore because it's just too much of a liability for me. And, you run into those
Yeah.
people a lot too often. Even if I'm not streaming, they're like, hey, I know you. You're that streamer guy. You're that guy who does the thing.
I like I like the ones who are just like, "Hey, do I know you? I swear I've seen your name before." And it's like,
Uh-oh.
"Nah, you don't know
No,
me."
no, no, no. I don't know what you're
No.
talking about. I'm just some
Those
Oh,
guys.
I like to say I'm a fan account.
Oh, when my Twitch before I got
Mm-hmm.
my name change on Twitch when it was LameLay,
Mm-hmm.
I used to tell people, "Oh, no, 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 that's a different person. They have an M in their name. I'm LeyLey." And they'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like most people would just kind of like leave me alone after that or just ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had this one person who's just like, "Hey, are you LeyLey?" And I was like, "No, I'm LameLey." I was like, "That or no, I'm LeyLey. That person has an M. They're LameLey in VR chat." And they were like, "Oh, I am so sorry." They're like, "You probably get that all the time." And I was like, "No, no, no, come back, come back. Yes, it's me." I'm like, "I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that reaction." He was so like polite about it. He's like, "Oh no." Poor little guy. He was very sweet though.
Oh man, that's funny. That's interesting. So let's go to the next question. So, you already talked about it a little bit, but you said like a demon avatar. So where'd you get the idea of becoming like a demon? Like creating that for your
Uh,
mascot and everything, or your avatar.
I just kind of like I like the mythos of demons and stuff like that, and kind of like circumventing what people expect
Mm-hmm.
like about demons, because I'm not like ha 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 blood and gore and stuff. I mean, I do the whole like soul taking thing and all that for my RP and stuff, but I also used to get called like a demon child by like I went to a really religious school growing up,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't that religion, so I used to get called like demon from some of my teachers and stuff like that, or
What
like,
the
"Oh, that's a
heck?
little demon girl." Yeah. But I kind of owned it, I guess you could say. So that's kind of just been my thing.
Little did they
That's
know.
that's been
Little
like
did
my
you
thing
know.
since
Little did
before
they
VR
know
chat.
that you would grow up and then you would become a literal demon and actually suck some souls.
Hey.
They knew it all along. It was the foreshadowing. If they saw you now, they'd be
Hell
like,
yeah.
"Yeah, I knew that person. They're a demon. I knew it all along."
They're like, she's doing it. She's tempting them souls. How dare she? Oh no.
Yeah, that's interesting because of course everybody in VR chat have their own like identity with their avatars and stuff like that. I just remember you being like the demon girl and
Hmm.
stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
you had the sweater, had the horns, the glasses, and like there's a lot of
Yeah.
what do you call it, exposed stomach. That's what everyone liked.
Yeah,
Like,
I had this tummy and stuff. I had the tummy,
yeah.
the fucking pants with like the boots and stuff. That was literally I went through DeviantArt and I'm like, I want my own model. I want my own model. I couldn't find anything in the public worlds,
Mhm.
and I just downloaded a model, slapped it together. Well, that was after a failed attempt at trying to rig a model,
Mhm.
which was horrifying. Not doing that again. I just retextured it, slapped it in, and I went. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm gonna stream this game one day or anything like that. I just purely just wanted to fuck with people.
Mhm. Okay. So, let's talk about that then. Like, how did you end up getting into streaming? Were you coaxed by one of your friends, by like people, or you just like, I just want to start streaming? Like, how did you end up starting to stream?
It was definitely coaxed, mostly because people kept asking for my point of views in the lobbies,
Mhm.
and they had figured out who I was, because I used to be in Rob's lobbies.
Yep.
And every once in a while he would go quiet and he would ask for chat to vote on things, and I'd be like, what the fuck is he asking him to vote on? So I used to lurk in his chat and stuff. Some people had figured out that I had a channel, because I used to stream Path of Exile, like
Oh
back in the day,
yeah,
and a couple
Poi.
other things.
Let's go.
Yeah. But I had been on like a long hiatus. I hadn't streamed in a while. I had people asking me. They wanted to see me creeping around in the lobby. So I was like, sure, why the fuck not? I'll give it a shot. And it was those were nice days of like 20 viewers feeling good. I was like, heck yeah,
Wholesome.
this is fun. Yeah.
Then the demon nation attacked and it all ended.
Basically, yeah. It's just like, oh no, suddenly responsibilities.
Yes.
It's not a hobby anymore. Yeah.
I remember those old lobbies. I think this is was this before you had the bar, right? This is just like the Great Pug lobbies where it was just like him.
Yeah, it was just the Great Pug, the bowling alley, and Suburban House.
Oh yes, Suburban House, the classic world that no.
Suburban House, everybody's fucking hiding in the closet while
Things happened.
who Vigors and other people were doing stuff, and oh my god. Some of those lobbies were
Yes.
fucking nuts.
Oh, what a good time. What a great time to live in VR
Mhm.
chat. Nowadays, you don't really see that
Oh
stuff
yeah.
too often. Do you ever like look back on the old days and be like, damn, I wish that was like again. Like you wish that happened again.
Um, like yes and no. I kind of liked how together everyone kind of was, but at the same time, there was definitely problems with VR chat back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Especially with how like streamers treated other people. And it was mostly stuff that I would be like, "Oh, that's kind of not cool. It's kind of not cool at all."
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't want certain people around unless they had something to show them, and it just seemed really like in it for themselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that stuff can fuck off. When everybody hanging out and just having fun and not worrying about that stuff was great. Like just everyone chilling out together was awesome. But it's understandable. I think it's one of those things with VR chat where it just kind of ends up happening that
Mm-hmm.
people kind of graduate from VRC, I guess you could say. Because I think a lot of the times the people that get invested into VRC, they're getting invested because they get lonely and they want people to hang out with. And before you kind of have that group, you keep continually logging in, logging in, logging in. And then once you actually establish like your friend group and you start moving off to like Discord and other stuff like that in other games, they slowly start logging into VRC as much, except, you know, every once in a while to just hang in VR.
Yes.
It's one of those things, I think, that kind of happens with people with VRC.
I guess I never left. I'm still here, literally every day for.
I'm still here, although I just have a VRC addiction, so that's my
Same.
excuse. Yeah, I for sure joined VRC, not only because I wanted to troll people, but it was an escape for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed VRC.
Yeah.
And it has evolved to where I do have like my friend group, I do have people I hang out with and stuff like that outside of the game, but it's also I see VRC for just more than all that as well, because there's just so much like potential with this game. You have all this content,
That
you
phone though.
have people who are doing like amazing things here, so
Never
yeah.
mind. Sorry about that. Phone rings, you know. My
No
mom got it
problem.
though.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, I do agree with you on those points. I do feel that people do graduate from VR chat and they go off and do different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do talk to a lot of those people, and they just say like, oh, like a lot of them still play VR chat. They just don't stream it, and I can understand that, right? Like being forced to stream this game
Oh
almost every
yeah,
day
because
is
it can get stressful.
yeah.
It can get really stressful streaming because it's like I try to go through and look at worlds and I see, okay, is this something good to show off? Is this something where I can potentially even hang out in for a little bit, or is
Hmm.
there something special about this that I really want to show everyone? So it's like doing all of that work, and then just also how the heck am I feeling that day? Because I have like a lot of social anxiety.
Hmm.
So a lot of that time, there's just some days where I don't want to be around people. So it's just like, I'm just gonna pick a world and just hang out, talk to chat, and do like one of those days and things like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's just, yeah.
What I found is that um when I only stream doing this talk show and then talk to my stream. When I started doing this rather than what I did 2 years ago, where I would stream like literally everything, like going to Publix, going hang out with friends, I realized that like streaming everything is kind of just insane and a bit silly, because like there's times where like you just want to hang out with your friends, and like now they're like, oh, he's
Yeah.
streaming, like you know what I mean. So nowadays, like after I do interviews, I end my stream and I just hang out with my friends, and I don't have to worry about entertaining an audience or anything like that. Nobody has to worry about streamers or anything like that. And I play this game to do my talk show, to get stories and understand people and have these one-on-ones, but I still play VR chat just to hang out with people. Like I go to Neko Nights every Friday for almost 2 years now,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and I used to stream it, don't anymore, and I actually have a lot of fun because a lot of people go there, like 30-40 people that I know, and we just talk and have a good time. I don't have to worry about streaming anymore. So
Yeah, I usually have a pretty good time at Neko Nights. Like, Usually it always ends up like I end up joining late because I do
Mm-hmm.
stream on those
Yeah.
days, but I'll end up joining late after I stream and just kind of hanging out and ending up having like these like weird heart to hearts with people I wouldn't have expected to.
Mm-hmm.
Just like opening up to people and learning about them and stuff, but I enjoy
Yeah.
learning about people anyway, so that works out for me. I try to make Neko nights when I can. I just get so fucking busy.
Hey, you gotta pick. You gotta do Neko Nights or Necro Nights. You know, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta decide.
Yeah, sometimes I have to alternate. It's like, which fucking one do I want to go to this week?
Yeah.
Although
Speak.
I need to like hang out this weekend with people. I felt bad because I was getting invites to different things and I just kind of blew them off because I wasn't feeling well. So I'm like, oh, I feel bad. Like the social obligations, they make me feel bad.
Oh, you should. I know. I know like 10 different clubs, and I don't even show up to like half of them. But I'm still friends with a lot of
Oh
people.
wow.
Yeah, like I'm all over the
Hmm.
place, but like I get invited. I still keep in like touch with some people. Like I go to like I don't know if you know Dance Dance VR or VRC Party or I don't know. There's like
Oh no, I'm not super familiar.
okay,
Mm-mm.
they're the interesting thing about these parties is that they actually have a live DJ
Mhm.
playing the music.
Ooh.
And like he
Oh, that's
like
fucking
the
rad.
person's streaming and actually has a DJ and he's in the world and then all his music is being played and then like it's like I go in there I know like one person that's like the owner or whatever the lobby that's how I get in and like there's like 40
Mhm.
people in there and they're all in full body and they're all just dancing like having fun so I find like
Oh
actually really
wow, like a
interesting people
legit
yeah
club. That's
yeah
awesome.
and it's always it's not a public, so it's usually like a friends plus or a friends world. And I've never crashed or had any issues of anybody in there. Like they're all like good people, and they just like hang out. And they're like, none of them know who I am. None of them know I'm a streamer or anything like that. I don't stream it anyway, but like they're just like, oh hey, what's up? I
Mhm.
never seen you before. I'm like, yo, what's up? And like I think it's a good
Yeah, they're
place to
just
like meet
being
people.
fucking friendly.
Yeah.
Like most people tend to be.
Mhm.
Like legitimately. 'Cause I don't do Publix on stream obviously,
Yeah.
but I do hang out in Publix every now and then when I'm offline.
Mhm.
And I always meet the most wholesome fucking people. Which is kind of, I guess, counter to what other people seem to say about
Mhm.
Publix, where they're just like, oh, it's a bad time. There's all like these terrible people. I met someone, or I met two people actually, last week. There was a guy who was completely new to VR.
Mhm.
Like it was his first time in VR, first time in VRC even. And we started talking to him because one of my friends was sleeping in a public world.
Mhm.
And he was like, "People can sleep in here," and I'm like, "Yeah, they shouldn't, but yeah." And then I started talking with him. Another guy joined who knew who I was, but he was like, just like, "Oh hey, like I haven't seen your streams in a while. How are you doing?" type of thing, like being nice and polite and stuff like that. And those two and a couple of my friends, we took the new guy on like this big world tour of everything. It was great. And it was like, oh, now I have like this nice kid who like hangs out with us now. And he does modeling.
Mhm.
3D modeling for like video games and stuff. I took him to VCAT and he's like, "You can make money doing this?" It's like,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can. You got a whole new world opened up to
That's
you.
awesome.
Yeah. So, fun times, fun times.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting people. Like I don't want to like derail, and this interview is about you, but
Yeah.
one of my previous guests, Japanese Bush Baby, I don't know if you know
Hmm.
him, but he was like a person that played VRChat like 2 years ago. He came back recently, and I brought him on for an interview because I found he has an interesting story. He actually is a voice actor, and he
Hmm.
actually can do the G-Man voice
Oh,
one to
wow.
one, and
Oh, that's rad. Hell yeah.
I brought him on and. He was a cool guy, and he's just like I showed him around VRChat. He was just like, "Oh my god, I didn't know VRChat had all this cool stuff." He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, when I played it, it was boring, it was stupid. I played it for like 10 minutes, and now he's just playing it all the time and having
Mm.
fun. And he voice acts and role plays with
Hmm.
public people all the time. It's actually quite interesting, you know."
Yeah, it also helps that there's a user base now,
Yeah.
too. Because it was like the same small group of people, which necessarily wasn't a bad thing, and there are definitely benefits to that, but having more people to interact with is always nice, like,
Hmm.
at the end of the day. Mhm.
So another question I have to you is, what would be one of your like favorite worlds that you remember from back in the day? Do you ever go to any old worlds that you used to go
Uh,
to?
I would say probably like I I want to say it's back in the day. There's my favorite world in this whole game is called the Shire.
Mm-hmm.
And it is just a meme. So it has like Frodo's face up in the sky. It's got a whole bunch of Sean Bean like
Yeah.
everywhere smiling down on you. It has all these meme Lord of the Ring avatars that I guess some crazy MMD person decided to make Lord of the Ring avatars to do MMD dances with. If you go into the house, it has a video player playing MMD dances with the Lord of the Ring characters constantly on loop. I like to AFK in there. Like I'll take naps or something, or I'll be on my day off and
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be in there in like a friends plus or like a public lobby and I'll just sit in there and people will join on me and they're always like, "Why the fuck are you here again?" And I'm like, "But it's the best world. I love it." It's not like it's nothing like it's just purely me being a fucking dumbass. I fucking love it. Oh yeah, there's also a back room that has a calendar with sexy Gandalf on it.
Hell
It's
yeah.
just somebody in full Gandalf with like the beard and the hat and everything, but then they have like fishnet stockings on and high heels on. So with like the full on robe.
Damn.
It's great. It's
It's
great. I
getting a
fucking
little.
love
It's
that.
getting a little. It's getting a little hot in here. You know what I'm saying? But
Man, you
that's
gotta
interesting.
go sexy Gandalf.
I didn't expect that answer,
It's an
honestly.
older world, but it's not. I don't think it's a very popular older world. Is the thing. Like, if I had to choose, I guess a stereotypical the worlds that we always used to hang out in
Mm-hmm.
that we liked, it would always be like the near flowers though, just
Mm-hmm.
because of how like nice and mellow it was with like the music and everything. I've had a lot of good like memories in there for sure.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think Nier is still like a very popular world. I feel like there's not a lot of like a lot
Mhm.
of the old worlds just kind of like lost their touch, or like people just don't go to them. Like example would be like Penthouse at Night, Gaia Night, um,
Yeah.
Fellas Memoria. That was a classic for me.
I think it's just because of all the inundation of like the quote unquote hangout worlds
Yeah.
where they're literally just a box with a bed and a mirror in it, like 4,000 different iterations of that. So, like some of them are okay because they have like a movie player and stuff like that, and it's definitely a place where if you just want to like watch stuff with friends later
Yeah.
and just chill out, that's nice. But for someone who's new to VRC, they're fucking terrible for meeting people because they joined them and it's just like people who already have like established friends groups hanging out
Mm-hmm.
or people who are going to troll those people and they're not the greatest place for meeting people. Sometimes you can like push through and you can meet people in those worlds, but it's just like it kind of takes that wonder out of VRC when they're going through the most popular maps and it's room with bed and rain sounds.
Yeah.
Room with bed and rain
Yeah.
sounds. Oh look, another room with a bed and rain sounds. How many of those do we don't need that many. Ah.
The sad reality as a world creator, um, is that people will just replicate what they see. So when they see like a world like Room in the Rain, and they see that, they're like, oh wow, this world's literally number one. It has
Mhm.
4,000 people in it. They're like, what's in that world? Oh, it's a bed and it's raining and there's a mirror and a video player. So they're like, oh, I can just make that, just replicate it, make it a little different, and I'll get view and or
Mm.
people. And usually that happens. Usually it works just as simple as that. So
Yeah, yeah. They're just like, okay, I can just rehash that
yeah.
again. Maybe add some pens this time. Ooh.
Ooh, pens. Oh yes.
Pens. Yeah, I'm just like, those worlds are needed, but I don't think they're needed in such a large quantity as
Yeah.
we have them currently. Like, you do need chill places to hang out, but we have so many. It's like anything. anything would be better than that. There was one world that I ended up joining on. It's basically a chill out world,
Mm-hmm.
but there isn't a bed. There's just eyeballs completely on around everything. The walls look like flesh, and it just
Uh,
plays creepy ambiance, and I love that world.
oh,
But it's a
okay.
hangout chill world, but it's still something different. At least it's something different that I can, you know, chill out in when I'm AFK, and then people join on me and go, "Ley, what the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, chilling out.
I see a lot. I see a theme here. Either it's meme worlds with Sean Bean's face, or demons with eyeballs everywhere in flesh. I'm really
Oh
diving
yeah,
into this
there,
interview.
there's there's a world that I go to that just has a throne and like surrounded by lava and
Mm-hmm.
has like this little pit with like a mirror on it and like pillows and stuff. It's great. People join on me in there too, and I'm just sitting on the throne.
Oh, nice.
People have a lot of questions for me half the time when I'm in those, but it's fine. I don't answer them.
Mm. Of course. Why would you? They're peasants. You're in the throne.
Exactly.
My God. The RR world, yeah. You're secretly just a demon sucking their souls, you know? They don't even know it. It's too late.
Oh, they know it.
Are you sucking
I'm,
my soul
I'm
right
pretty
now?
sure they're aware. I mean, that was when we first met. That's already gone.
Oh, yeah. I already lost my soul. I play this game every day. You're right. But anyway, um, moving on to another question. So let's talk about the virtual market. That just happened. Virtual Market 4 just ended the 10th, so that was yesterday, right? I think.
It was well, it ended on the 10th, but in Japan, so it was more like 2 days ago.
Oh
Really?
man.
Yeah.
Okay, well anyway,
Yeah.
so there's the virtual market. I think I've been to every single one. I don't remember much about the first one, but I remember second, third, and now fourth. I didn't go to every world. I went to like most of them, and then I just went to the website and was like, all right, let's see what they got, because I was just like,
Let's see what they got on booth. Yeah.
well, everything's listed on the website because I don't know. Just going for the same world, like the same iteration, just a different version of it. I kind of just got like sleeping, but I was just like, all right, let's just see what they got, and I found a bunch of cool avatars. I just favorite them. But anyway, my general.
Oh, there's a lot of you.
Hold on one second.
That's okay.
Got an alert.
I can handle all of you at once.
Hey Ash, thanks so much for the raid / host. I appreciate that. Anyway, so from the virtual market 4, I loved this one. I think it's the best one so far. It had so many cool things. It even had like Marvel and Netflix. Like what?
Oh, it was great.
So
It was great. Yeah, it just kind of goes to show like they really want to push VR, and other companies are kind of waking up to that as well. It's only gonna be more and more like how do I want to say English not good.
expanding, larger, massive.
Expanding larger, not
Growing.
just a thing where it's only popular in Japan, but it's everywhere. Oh, sponsors, more sponsors
Yeah.
as well. Like, just pumping more money into it because it's fucking awesome. Like the amount of stuff, because it's not just even avatars. Like people show off their bands. There's
Yeah.
fucking VRC fucking rock bands that are in the game. They perform in the game. You can go and see
Wait,
their
what?
sets and stuff. It's fucking rad.
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah. There's one that I'm thinking of. There's a few. They're mostly Japanese though.
Mhm.
But I'm wondering if that would even be something that would catch on more in the West. There has to be a fucking band in VRC that's from the West and not just Japan. But yeah, they make worlds for their sets. They perform live, and like that stuff is so rad. Like even the thing with like the DJ and stuff. They also had booths that were by DJs who make their own music and stuff like that and sell it through booth.
Yep.
For use in your worlds, for use in like if you're working on a video game, stuff like that. I also liked how a couple of the booths were just for VR games, not necessarily for anything in VR chat, but for VR games in general, which I thought was pretty rad. Just there's a lot of really interesting stuff with with VCAT, and it's only gonna get better each time. It's going to be more than just like avatars and shaders and stuff.
Yeah.
I want it to expand.
It's a whole new world essentially because the internet's limitless. So now when you put in the VR headset, you can literally, maybe one day it'll be like the size of like Sword Art Online or something. You have like 1,000 people in the marketplace. That would be the dream. Maybe not in VR chat, but another like VR-esque game or whatever, and you have like 1,000 people, and you actually have like, "Hello, sir, what would you like to buy?" You have like someone like actually being like, "Listen. One day in the future, you're gonna go to work, but by going to work, you're gonna put on your VR headset, and you're like, I work at VR Walmart, and I sell avatars."
You're a greeter.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's gonna happen.
There's actually V Comic Cat is going to be coming up in August. And that they're really pushing kind of the thing where if you go to the public instances, the people who make the manga and doujinshi and stuff are going to be there, like in VR, to talk to you, just like how it would be IRL. But since it's in VR, it's like anyone from all over the world can just go. Like there's no limitations to it. I think that's the greatest thing is there's no limitations.
I get you. That sounds cool. I do know of some people that are trying to get into a VR con. I don't know if you know anything about that.
I don't. I've seen some people mention stuff, but I don't know much about it.
Oh, I know a little bit about it. It's run by Fizzy Furtrap. He's planning on doing like a VR con thing because TwitchCon and stuff, a lot of these like big events are obviously closed to COVID-19, so they thought to themselves, why don't they just make their own like convention in VR? And it seems like an interesting enough idea, like where you have like events and you just have people hang out, but
yeah.
So
it's just that whole thing with how many people can VR see fit before the servers crash is the real thing. There's a couple other VR like social programs out there. There's like this one called Cluster, and they boast being able to fit 90 people in a room, like 90 to 100 people, because they do a lot of like VTuber type of like meetings and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty cool. But it's still primarily Japanese, not very many English speakers on it, which is
Actually, well, we can talk about that's actually a topic I want to discuss. Have you ever like dived into like the Japanese part of VR chat at all? Have you ever met any of them or tried to get talks or anything like that?
Not really talks, mostly because I don't know any Japanese. The few like Japanese community people I've spoken to are just the few who know like a little bit of English. Most of the time, if I do go to like, because I like a lot of the Japanese like creators.
Yep.
So when I go to the meetups, I'm just silent. I'm just like, oh, cute. Okay, I saw you. Goodbye. It's hard to interact when you have such a steep language barrier. It's really impossible. I have an easier time on Twitter, with JP people, because I can just translate that and kind of read between the lines if it's janky, and like it's like, oh, okay, they're saying this, I can reply with this, and they'll reply back because they're also Google translating me like that. Whereas in the game, I don't have that. I don't know what they're saying.
I guess I'm kind of lucky, but I actually have a guy who is a translator who knows English and Japanese fluently.
Oh, nice.
And he actually took me on a tour of the Japanese like community, like kind of just like a mini tour, not like a full tour, but like it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was incredible. Like I got invited, and it was a Friends Plus, and every single person there was Japanese. There's no English people. I was the only one, and everybody is like in like very cutesy avatars, and they look at me. They're like, they don't speak English, but they're basically saying like, "Who?" They're like, "Oppai, what are you?" Like, you know, they're kind of like, who's this intruder? Like, what are you doing in this world?
Yeah, there's some JP people who they're instantly wary of Westerners.
Mhm.
So it's like not really like because I'll go sometimes and do public. Sometimes I'll do like Japan Shrine and a couple other places where JP community hangs out a lot. But it's like it's one of those things where in the West, like it's perfectly fine to just go up to someone, start head patting
Yeah.
them and calling them cute. Whereas like for some people in the JP community, that's like you don't do
No
that
touch.
without like speaking to them first. Yeah. So it's just like knowing kind of like the differences culturally is important, I think.
I think the
'Cause
biggest.
you got these.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, what were you saying?
I was about to say like the biggest difference I saw was actually just the avatars. You can literally see the virtual market. So like, what I mean by that is like in the West, a lot of avatars are well, some of them are smaller or like my avatars, but a lot of them. If you go to like the Void Club, for example, obviously you have like the very lewd avatars. You have like tattoos, emissions, like wolf boys, fox girls, cat girl, all this stuff. And then like when you go to the Japanese community or the virtual market, it's all like very like no tattoos, very like just cute. Like it's like a culture shock. I don't know. To me, when
It's definitely a different culture. I will say you would be surprised how many people in the JP community are a bit lewd and do have avatars that have like tattoos all over them and stuff, but they're the cutesy avatars with the tattoos all over them and
Oh.
stuff instead of the standard MMD models.
my tour guide did tell me there's like a billboard, and it had all these events. I honestly I can't read any of it, so he translated it all for me. He's like, "Oh, this one billboard, these are the a little more looter people." I was like, "What do you mean by that?" They're like,
Yeah,
they're like,
there's
there's some communities. I was like,
yeah,
"Oh,
there's a latex community,
Yeah.
or a Japanese latex community and stuff. Like I just some of them are just really interesting because their avatars are just fucking rad looking.
Mhm.
So it's like every once in a while they'll share screenshots and they're usually not like lewd, but the outfits just look fucking amazing. So I'm just like, ooh,
ooh,
yay. There's
latex."
also a BL, a boys love cafe and a girls love cafe, like two different those, and I follow those Twitter accounts as well.
Mhm.
And it's like when they hang out there, they all have to use male avatar in the boys love cafe, and then in the Yuri cafe, they're all like cute girls with like cute dresses and stuff like this. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
I think another
But I
interesting
don't know.
thing
It's just
I found out about them is that they have a schedule. So what I mean by that is like every day they will wake
oh
up
yeah,
at like
they have it listed in the
Yeah.
worlds and stuff.
it's like 9 o'clock. They wake up and they like work out, like they do like squats and like stuff, and then right after that they all go to a cafe to talk, and that's where they socialize. So it's like a day-to-day schedule. It's like, okay, today guys we're working out. After we work out, we're gonna go to the cafe. We're gonna hang out for a little bit. Then we're gonna do some world hopping, guys. It's like like I'm just like, what's going? They have actual schedules and stuff. It's crazy. Like they have events like, all right, at 12 o'clock we're gonna talk about worlds for a little bit. You know, if anyone got any cool worlds, we're gonna check them out.
Yeah, you gotta do those morning calisthenics, Rebel.
Yeah.
You gotta do the morning calisthenics.
Listen, I used to do squats. Did you know that? I remember you used to do squats like 2 years ago.
That was one time, and it was because I took advice from Anubis and it bit me in the ass.
Well,
Never again.
remember when I was like, wow, you guys in your squats? Yeah, well, I did that 2 years later, and that's how I got my index. As I did 3,000 squats. So
Oh my god.
I guess I converted.
Yeah, I just wanted to work out a little bit, so I like did the math, and I was like, oh, I get like 20 to 30 subs a day. If I do 5 squats every time I get a sub, like that'll be a nice little workout. And I thought it would be like a daily thing I could do where I just do like a little workout.
Mm-hmm.
No, people immediately used it to fucking troll the shit out of me and torture me, so never again.
Yeah, it sounds like me. I had to do like 330 one day, and I was sweating my balls off. I was just like, what is going? This ain't fun
Hell
anymore.
no. Fuck that. No, the day for 2 days after, I could not walk. My legs hurt
Yeah,
so
same.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Fucking hell.
But hey, you get those
now,
gains
now
though.
I just do them on the regularly, but I do like my sets, and then that's it. Don't go. Nope.
Yeah. Well, if everyone was at
It was-
TwitchCon, we all have nice thighs now. You know, we're all got toned thighs.
Exactly.
Exactly. We're all working out.
I can only hope. I can only hope. I could afford to lose weight. Fuck yeah. Let's go.
Well, I mean, I want to tell you a story because you reminded me of that. There's a guy I met in VR chat who got VR and then he got full body and then he started dancing every day. He's not a streamer or anything, just some guy I met. But he told me how he lost like 40 to 50 pounds from just dancing every day for hours and hours and hours. Yeah. I was like, holy.
Yeah, like VR is fucking great. I like before I had started playing VR and stuff, I used to get like restless leg syndrome and stuff whenever I'd sleep. I'd get like worrying pain in my leg and like other stuff like that would like freak me out. But ever since I've started doing VR chat, I don't have those issues like anymore because I try to stand as much as I can. I don't really sit much. So it's just like being even a little bit, like the bare minimum, like active helps out a whole lot. But yeah, dancing is definitely a fun way of working out for sure. Fucking more power to them. More power to anyone who wants to fucking do shit like that because that's rad.
Yeah. I tried to stand when I play VR chat. Well, I used to be a sitter all the time, as I'm sitting right now. But when I got full body, I actually stood a lot more. The reason why I don't a whole lot is because I have a bad back. I just like if I stand longer than like literally like 20 minutes, my back is like murder. It's dying. I really don't want to get into it, but let's just say something happened 10 years ago, and I'm basically screwed. So I can't really stand too often, but I force myself because I know it's good because you know you don't want to get blood clots and things like that, and it's good exercise.
Yeah, for sure.
And so whenever I did like Callus row, I actually stood up all the time because I had full body. So
well, within reason. Within reason. Don't hurt yourself.
I would sit and because like you can't just float, right? You can't just be, hey guys, I'm just
I know. I don't even like that when I'm just like hanging out. It just seems wrong to me because it's like I need to be sitting on something. This is weird. Sorry, there's a cat in my lap.
That's okay. Speaking of Callus row, you were checking that out last night. So how did you think about it?
I hadn't seen it since it was like still being worked on, so it was nice to see kind of like
Fleshed
all
out?
that was added to it, and having Sai there to like put a lot of stuff in perspective about what was happening and all that was really nice too, because it's like, wow, there was a lot of fucking stuff that happened. Holy shit! Because you guys had been doing it since October.
Yeah, something like
or was
that.
it
Yeah.
before then?
Yeah.
At the time, I wasn't able to get involved because I had a lot of fucking IRL BS going on at the time.
I get you. You're petting the air, but we all know it's a cat.
I know. Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, I wanted to talk a bit about Callus row. Obviously, you know, Arcadum's trying to get you in, you know. It's up to you if you want to or not. But it was a lot of fun. It's actually interesting. Sorry. The stuff that Cypher showed you, half of that I've actually never seen because my character has nothing to do with any of that stuff. So I was just like, wait, that was a thing? Wait, was this a thing? Wait, there's dead people here? What?
You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, because...
You're like, I was just hanging out in my shop, like,
yeah,
selling
literally.
stuff.
That's me. That's literally me. I'm just talking, like, if you watch my perspective, I'm just like, hey, what's going on, guys? And, like, you watch someone else, like, someone's dying. They're like, I'm dying. I'm bleeding out. I'm just like... I'm just chilling. I'm like shop RP.
Hey man, you gotta have civvies. You gotta have civvies.
Yeah.
Dying's for the heroes. Fuck that.
I almost felt like a civilian at that point because like I didn't even know some people died in the RP because my character didn't know. So like I would just be like, yo, what happened to this guy that owned the convenience shop? They're like, oh, he's dead. I was like, how long he's been dead for? He's like 3 weeks.
You're like, what the fuck?
I was like, what? 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 I was so oblivious. I was like, what?
Oh,
He owed me
no.
money. He's like, yeah, you ain't getting that money now. I was like, damn it, dude. What? No. But I had a part, you know.
That's great.
I played a mechanic. I did my part. I fixed things, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I found a sniper
Everyone's
rifle.
important
I
in
stole it,
RP.
and then I gave it to the
Oh
Hellbats.
wow.
So I had a part. They used the sniper rifle, and they tried to kill Cypher's character. They killed some zombies. You know, I guess I did my part. You know. Yeah. And interesting enough about my RP is like I played a mechanic, and no one owned a car, or could afford a car. So. Because everyone's a bum, a slummer. They can't afford cars. So I had to like go from being a mechanic to a taxi owner. So one of the guys joined the RP in midway, and he became he's a robot, but he's actually a taxi, like a mech. So
Yeah.
so he works for me. So that's why I started making money, because I was like,
Hey,
yay,
there you
taxi
go.
owner! Hey, come and ride my taxi. And then I went from a taxi owner to a construction worker, because now I just build things. So now I just like build. If you look at the hotel and it has like that ugly looking barricade around it, that was me.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I did that. I was paid to do that. So
Had to protect the hotel.
Yeah.
Had to protect the hotel. But yeah, I'm probably gonna try and join for second season.
yeah,
I just wasn't able to last time because of all the stupid health stuff, but that's over now.
it's over
So
now.
I can do what I want as I nefariously pet my invisible cat.
You can be an evil corporate, and you can have a cat, and you just pet it, and you just be wherever you want. I don't know. I just play a human.
I have to think of something.
You know what my biggest flaw is? My biggest flaw in the RP is that, or every character has to have like traits, like what you're good at and what your negative traits are. My biggest negative trait is I'm allergic to magic, and over like 50% of the people in the whole RP are magic people.
Oh no! So you like can't get near them.
Yeah, but they
It's
don't
like, "Ah,
know.
Get out of here!
They don't know I'm allergic to magic. Only the head doctor knows, because she did a physical on me. But everyone else doesn't know. So whenever I'm around magic people, I'm like, get away from me, you weird, you magic people. They're just like, what's wrong with you?
You're like magic racist.
Yeah, they're just like, what's wrong with this person?
That's great. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Good times, good times. It also like makes it so
Oh, yeah.
I can't even do anything in the RP half the time, because it's like magic people, like magic stuff's going on, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. That
You're like, I'm gonna stay over here,
Yeah.
where it's safe.
yeah. I guess I'll have a bigger role in second season, because they're gonna be like a wasteland outside area, and hey, no one has a car, and that place is huge, so I guess they're gonna start renting cars from me now.
They're gonna have to get a car now.
Yeah. I'm basically like Scooter from like Borderlands. I'm like, catch a ride, brother. You gotta get your car from me. So, it'd be interesting.
Nice.
Anyway, enough about Kalos Row. But you said RP, so like, is there any other role plays that you're interested in or currently in?
Not really. I don't. I think the only like RP stuff that was like I guess more structured that I've been part of was Arcadum's last one before
Oh, Forbidden Knowledge.
That was the last like structured RP I was in. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about structured RP, mostly because it's like I like being able to just on a whim
Join.
just say join whenever I want, say basically whatever I want. I don't have to like think deeply about the lore of what's going on. I can just react to stuff. I kind of like that. So I like twisting people's words around on them and making innocent things that they're saying appear lewd, but I don't understand that they're lewd, and like doing silly stuff like that.
I
I
mean-
love stuff like that.
I mean, you could do like, I mean, that's what I did in Kalos Row. I just goofed off and said stupid things, and I did squats in the middle of a conversation, and people are like, what are you doing? I was just like, I'm working out. Like,
Oh, that's great.
I was basically a troll
You're just
character.
like, gotta get my squats in.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm eating a cake. I gotta work off these calories. They're just like, what? Yeah, that's what I did.
Oh, that's great.
You can be a troll character. There's definitely characters in Kalos Row that are like weird and like off characters that make no sense. So
Yeah, I think I would probably like doing something like that. More just kind of off the cuff and silly. I tend to do better with stuff like that than super serious type of things. Super serious roles, I should say.
I get you.
Oh.
You always gotta have the goofy character, you know, and the main. It's like that. What's I don't know what's called in sitcom, but there's like a writing thing where you always have like one goofy character in a sitcom or like a show. It's a word for
the
it.
goofball usually.
Yeah, there's a very specific
They call
word.
him like the goofball, or like there's this
Comic relief.
straight man's kind of like the comic relief maybe.
I don't know. There's a very specific name for it. I don't remember off the top of my head.
The Kramer.
Yeah, the Kramer, basically. Yeah. Anyway, since we're coming close to almost an hour, let's start taking questions from the chat. So, if anybody has questions for LeyLey and I, we'll start taking questions from the chat. So, I'll put the camera on both of us now. Anybody, the Stooge? I guess so. Anyway, anyone have any questions?
Kind of.
I'm not too sure. It's a word. I forget. It was in like a high school or college. I learned about it. I just don't remember. Where's the lurker cage located?
I don't know what you're talking about. What lurker cage? They're always bringing up this cage. I swear to God. I don't know what they're on about. I think they're like sitting in a cardboard box and they're calling it the cage. And I don't know. I don't know what they're on about.
Sounds like
Don't
that
listen to them.
cardboard box in the Royal Gator map. There's a cardboard box outside. Maybe they're talking about that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where do you send all them comfies? All of our comfies.
You. There's no comfies either. There's no taxes. There's
Comfy
no
tax.
comfies. There's no.
Prisoners from your basement. What's going on here?
I don't know what they're on about.
Heck yes!
Ignore
I'm
them.
late on my
Ignore
comfies and the
them.
normal place is closed. Please don't hit me with a late feed.
God damn it, Sarah. I mean, I'll approve of it this one time. I'm okay
Lurker
with
cage
it here.
exists. I believe LeyLey. She would never trick me, right?
Yeah, I would never
course.
lie to anyone ever.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course. Do you like mac and cheese? Oh.
Oh, I fucking love mac and cheese.
Hell
Who the hell
yeah.
doesn't like mac and cheese?
You know what
Delicious.
we we call in Canada? We call it craft dinner, I think.
Craft dinner.
Yeah. You want some
Even
craft?
when it's not craft, though, that's what blows my mind. It's like, but wait, what if it's like Annie's or something? It's like craft dinner.
Well, if it's not, we just call it mac and cheese, I guess. But most of the time, I just call it craft. I'm like, you want some craft? They're like, what? Where do you hide all the socks?
Crazy Canadians.
What was the first model that blew your mind? Like, someone made that in a good or bad way.
The first model that blew my mind? Gosh. That was... Jesus. I know there's been models that have been, like, really impressed me where I'm just like, wow! There was this one girl that I added, and I have never joined on her since. She's still on
Spending
my
all your
friends
biddies
list.
like you
The only
wanted
reason
me
I added her is
calling me.
because I ended up
I
hanging out
want
with her
them
in a pug,
all
and she kept
over
pulling out
me.
all these like really
On the
cool
chat, watch
models,
out,
and
there's
she
a
did
sock
modeling
stealing
and stuff for a
dragon out there.
living.
Better pay her
But, like,
comfies, lay
She
comfy
didn't
late.
have like standard anime girls. Like everything was like crazy interesting, like monster girls. She had like this cool orc girl. She had like this demon girl that had like gigantic fucking horns and stuff, and all these cool shaders. And that was like back before I knew what any of that shit was.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Ha ha ha. You're mine now. Magnificent dragon. Light stole the stream. Hey, I'm just doing him a favor. I could just stare at the camera for like, ever, and not say a word. And go, ho 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 ho. Why do you keep denying that you're Aussie? I'm not fucking Aussie. I'm not Aussie. I'm from Texas. And before you say it, no, I'm not from Queensland, Texas, you punk.
Heck yes!
Watch out, chat. We ate knit blankets in the cage for over a month now.
Oh, hype train.
It's freezing.
I'm okay with Rebels hype train. Okay, guys. So we need to get this to like what? Like at least a level 5. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're already at 75%. Easy peasy. Who wants to drop some stuff for the scam train? Or here, hold on. Boop. Let's unblock my mouse.
Heck
here.
yes!
Come feast for Scam Train.
Let's add to the scam train.
Why the fuck you lying?
There we go.
Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
Scam train.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop fucking lying.
Oh my god, Jelly, what the heck? Oh, did you
Heck
buy
yes!
computer parts?
Heck yes!
Choo choo.
28%. Why scam train? Because that's what I call it. That's what a lot of people tend to call it. I don't know. It's just sort of like
Nice.
the Twitch zeitgeist or something. Aw, thank you for that.
You sure like
haiku.
spreading your load everywhere.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
darling.
much. Hell yeah. Level 3.
Yeah.
Hi. Scam train, scam train, scam train, scam train. Level 2 completed. Hey. Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, all the parts. Why are you yawning, Russell? Wait, what? What? Can we pet LeyLey? What? Why? Why? Aren't I the one who's supposed to be petting you? Let's be real here. I'm supposed to be the one petting you guys, not the other way around. What do you mean doing hype train? How's that evil? I'm helping him out. Come on. 70%, you guys can do better than that. Let's take a page from Townie's book. Where's the ambition? Give us some ambition. Just a little bit more. We can at least get to level 3. We can at least get to level 3. Just a little bit. A little bit. The risk is worth it.
Spending
God.
all your biddies like you
What
wanted me calling
percentage of
me.
her soul gets
I want
taken
them
per head
all
pat-
over me.
Hey! Thank you, Lost
Heck yes!
Queen.
We are at 3 already though.
So sweet. Oh, wait, we're at level 3? Oh, I thought you had
Oh
to
my
complete
god,
it,
who
and
the
then
hell
you, like,
cares?
Get level 3. Are you in level 3? I don't know. But we got level 3 completed. Easy peasy.
Do
Tom.
it!
Easy fucking peasy.
Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So
Thank you very
just
much.
do it!
On
Make
behalf
your
of
dreams
Rebel, who's probably
come
doing
true!
something for his
Nothing is
mom.
impossible! No! What are
Am
you
I going
waiting
to stream
for?
tonight? I'm
Do
thinking
it!
about it, but then I'm
Just
also like, I could
Do it!
take
Yes, you can!
Maybe.
From the gate.
Heck yes!
I could take the day off. Though it's 8 p.m.
You sure like spreading your
I don't
load
think so.
everywhere.
Oh, there we
Thanks,
go.
darling.
Oh, hell yeah. There we go. Easy peasy, team. Easy peasy.
Hello?
Nothing. Don't worry
What did you
about
do?
it.
What did you do?
It's fine.
I
I
li-
didn't do
Uh,
anything.
I was talking to my mom, and all I hear in the background is just bit alerts, and she's just like, she's like, you can't see my face, but like, she's just giving me the side eye, like, what's those sound effects? What's
Why is
happening?
your computer making noises?
Yeah, they're just like,
Yeah,
what are you?
just lay things.
Heck
Don't worry
yes!
about
Be
it.
cool team.
Yeah, be cool, team.
Yeah, what?
It's fine, be cool.
Oh no, Caramel dancing gets played. You know what that means? We have to do this. Yeah, usually that doesn't
Oh
happen.
my, a new sub. Does this mean you've come to play with me?
What
There
did
we
you-
go.
You
Hey!
couldn't stay away, huh? Keep coming back for more, I see.
Do you hear those alerts, by the way?
Level 5.
Oh look, a
I
new
can
sub
kind
to
of
add
hear
to my
them a little
collection.
bit through your
Oh,
thing.
they're
I don't have the...
Heck yeah!
just to let you
For
know,
just 100 bits a day, you can feed
Yeah.
2 lurkers
they're
and a lurker
I hired
each.
a voice actress, professional voice actress, so they're kind of suggestive, by the way, every time. So
Oh my!
yeah, they're very very interesting sound alerts. Every time that someone subs or gives more than 25 bits or 110, plays different like you know what I mean? Like if you donate more than $5,
Yeah,
it plays.
different.
Yeah, it gets a little more. It's just like, hey, that's a very small tip, you know.
Oh
It
my
gets
God.
gets more progressive, you know. It's like, oh my, that's a very large tip. You know, it gets a little
Oh
more
my God.
interesting. Anyway, where were we? We were doing questions, and then the chat exploded.
Yeah. It's fine. It's good exploding.
So we've been going for over an hour, but I still want to take because I feel bad because obviously I had to talk to my mom for a little bit. But we'll take like a couple
all
more
good.
questions. But I also I'd just like to say, you know, thank you everybody for all the follows, the bits, the subs. I'm sorry I didn't thank them earlier. I'm just, you know, stuff happens. I have to, you know, take care of things. Anyway, it was a friendly explosion. Oh, okay. Redeemed head pats.
Exactly.
You're head patting your cat, so that counts.
Yeah. She's an angry kitty. She's like, why the fuck are you in
What-
VR? You're supposed to be paying attention to me.
What is the best
What's
video?
the best video?
Yeah, in the shot.
The best one, oh god, because it's so hard. There's one with Gimli and that elf lady that I really like, and then there's another one that has Bilbo and Gandalf.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll have to go with the so there's Bilbo, he starts off dancing, but then later on Gandalf comes and Gandalf does a fucking dab and then just like goes nuts. It's great. I fucking love that world.
God, never thought I would see Gandalf and Gimli dabbing, you know, going like whatever.
Dabbing and doing cute anime girl dances. It's
VR
great.
chat. It's the future. Does your OC have a
It is the
backstory, a lore?
future. Mostly the backstory is I got summoned by someone
Mm-hmm.
and I had to take an Uber because I wasn't that powerful and I never found out who summoned me and I'm just here now. Taking souls where I can get them.
Oh my, you took many souls today. You took mine a long time ago.
Hey!
I don't know. I guess.
Yeah.
What would be my backstory? I mean, I went from Kenny K. Kona to being this character. I mean, my first outfit was like a biker outfit, so I kind of was just like a rebel, like kind of like the outcast type person. So I don't really know. I think every outfit I have is completely different from the rest. Like I started off as a biker, now I'm an interviewer. So I kind of treat it like kind of like a multi-universe type thing, where it's just like, oh, what if instead of being a rebel biker and she's now an interviewer, or she's now a mechanic in this weird sci-fi world called Kalos Row, and you know, and stuff like that. So that's the way I treat it, is like sort of like a multiverse type thing. Like each outfit doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because I definitely do have like my other avatars that I use. Like I have a comfy cat one, which is just the little like gray cat with like the little pink hair and stuff that I use. But that one doesn't really have like a backstory. It's just cats are cute and comfy. I never really RP'd with that one. I tried one time and I had made her like this space pirate who was trying to find her ship because it got stolen. That was the only like kind of RP thing I ever did with that character. I should probably actually revisit that because that
Comfy
was pretty
Inquisition.
fun. Comfy Inquisition, yeah.
Sexy, sedacious office lady that takes prisoners. Why you expose me like
Wow.
that? What do you mean?
I know what they like.
Yeah, I know what they like. I can pull with the ruler. You know? I could.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's for punishment. But, yeah, I just feel like, choo choo.
Choo choo.
Choo
I don't
choo.
even know. It's just a guy with the mohawk. What the hell?
Yeah, those emotes are
What
just
is that?
the most randomest things I've ever seen. Like I don't even get half the emotes.
I know. I got a barrel that's on fire the other day in a
Oh,
stream.
nice.
I was like, oh, okay, flaming barrel. I'm alright with this. My life is a fucking trash fire. Let's go. This works.
Do you is your avatar actually made from scratch or just from parts? Like I'm actually curious to know.
Nah, this is a kit bash, so I didn't pay anyone to do it, but it's all avatars from Booth, so it's like they sell you the rights to edit
Yeah.
it however you want.
That's good.
But it's just I put it together though, so I kit bashed everything myself, did textures.
Do you
and stuff
ever
like that.
want to get something from scratch?
I've thought about it, but at the same time, the really nice thing about because I use a body that's called Quiche.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of the avatars on Booth, and tons of people make clothes for her constantly.
Yeah.
So I'm always able to just easily put new clothes on my avatar, so I really like that. Whereas if I got something from scratch, I would have to like go to that person every single time when I can just like do it in like 30 minutes in Unity myself and just be like, there we go, new outfit. I didn't have to model anything.
True.
But I think if I were to get like a custom avatar, it wouldn't be my like demon OC or anything like that. I think I'd either get like the cat girl done, like the comfy cat, or I also have like a bunny girl OC I like to use as well. So just something that isn't the demon girl, because I'm so attached to this face and stuff. I really like it.
I get you. Yeah, you're right though, because every time I have to wait a very long time for each outfit. My next one is like a workout outfit. It's just like a tank top and shorts, because I did a lot of squats, So I wanted to have something like that. And then the one after that is a Neko maid girl.
Aw,
So
that
like
sounds really
this, but with ears and a tail and wearing a maid outfit.
cute. Little like maid outfit.
Yeah, I
that's really
jokingly made a
adorable.
goal where I was like, the goal's already passed, but like I made a goal for 50,000 bits. So I was like, yeah, I'll do this thing, and then people are like, oh really? And I was like, it got hit. So I owe them
They're
that.
like, we want to see maid outfit. Go.
Yeah, I was like, no. And I did it as a joke, but now I have to do it, and it'll be a while before I get it, because obviously everything I get from scratch, so I have to wait for Genomu to
Yeah,
make it. So
it takes time.
Yeah.
Because they're making it. That's the nice thing is from scratch is they make what you want exactly. Whereas like with the kit bash stuff, I kind of have to work with what I get. So like taking parts off, putting parts on. Like sometimes stuff just doesn't like perfectly sync up with what you might have in mind. That's like the only downside to it.
yeah, and I jokingly said a while ago that every time that someone subs, I don't know if I want to do it today because it's in the middle of an interview, but I said jokingly part of that bit thing was every time someone subbed, I had to do a cat girl voice, and we like yeah, like, this is the worst.
Oh god.
I don't know why I agreed to that.
Maybe just save them up for when you get the cat girl avatar. There you
Oh,
go.
a maid
Make a day of
stream.
it.
Yeah, a maid
Yeah,
stream.
do a maid stream where you
Oh,
have to do nyas after everything you say.
Oh.
Be like, nya, nya.
I'm just slowly because like I'm just my brain just like just it's going downhill from there,
VRC will do that to you.
True. Hey, the first day you start playing, you play as, Goku, you're like, "Oh man, I'm Goku. I can power up. Oh, Spirit Bomb." And then a week later, you start playing, you start adventuring, you start playing as a female avatar, and you're like, "Oh, wow, what's this?"
You're like, oh, I'm cute.
Ooh,
Yay.
and then you start getting the full body, and then you're just standing in front of the mirror and checking yourself out every day. You're like, "Ooh." And then 2 months later, and then you're in the dance clubs, and now people are hitting on you, and you're like, I'm totally straight, but this guy's hitting on me, and I'm fine with it. And then you're married and have like 10 RP kids. It is what it is.
Yeah. Oh god, the RP families. Never again. Never again. Some of those were getting a little K-Kona, if you will. Some of those
Yeah, that's right,
fucking
Bridger.
family trees.
Yeah, imagine being Kenny K. Kona, but like everyone else is actually K. Kona with the family stuff. I wasn't. That's the irony.
It's like, wait, you're together and you're together, but you both have the same. Well then.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. Technically speaking, I don't really have anyone. When I created this character, I sort of just started with a clean slate. But technically, I have like one RP daughter. It's Unibunny. I don't know if you know who that is. They're a VTuber. Very wholesome person.
I've heard of them, but I've not met them.
Yeah, they're my RP daughter. That's
Aw.
it. Just one. You know, that's it. You know, very simple.
That is your limit. You ain't
Yeah.
going any
Yeah.
further.
No further than that. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up here because it's been over an hour and like 15 minutes. I apologize again because I had to, talk, so I took up some time.
Oh, nah, you're all good. I understand.
Yeah, I think you had a good time with the chats. I guess I'm gonna watch the VOD later and be like, what happened? I don't think
It's
you.
fine.
I don't think
Don't
you.
worry
I don't think you
about
heard
it.
any of the alerts, but like literally all the audience alerts that I have that people can use, it's all like trolling sounds. So I don't think you heard any of them.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was pretty.
No, I didn't.
Oh no, that means you don't know what's
All I saw was
happening.
just chat spam. Oh god.
Yeah, some of them are pretty interesting. It's like no peck, yeah, and an audience clap. Yeah, clappers. I think that's the funny part because you can't hear it, but I can, so it's kind of more funny because like the chat can troll me. I'll be like, "Hey, I love VR chat," and then someone says spends 101 bits. It's like, "Nope." I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah."
Oh.
It's kind of like trolling like that. What about Duck?
Huh?
Oh, they're talking about Duck. You know, like I'm Duck. Well, that's Kenny K. Kona's
Oh,
son, not
yeah.
my son. So,
Ah.
just
There's a
saying.
difference.
Yeah, I'm a different character. Anyway, so what I'll do is we'll wrap it up here. So I'll put the camera on you, and if you want to say any like final statements, anything like, "Hey guys,
Oh.
I got a project coming up," or I don't know, anything you want to plug, I guess, or
Gosh.
say, or anything going on.
Oh, actually, on the 13th, I'm going to be doing spooky stories again.
Oh yeah.
It should be. It's gonna be like Mexican folklore themed this month, because Cinco de Mayo. But it's gonna be like any like Hispanic folklore type of stuff. I still need to find a map for it. I need to go look for one. There's not a lot of like Hispanic themed maps. There's like Spanish hangout maps, but they don't have anything to do with the culture. It's just for Spanish speakers to hang out.
Yeah.
So I've been like trying to find something.
I get you.
But yeah, that'll be on the 13th. Because I do spooky stories on the 13th every month.
That's spooky.
Feels good, man.
Spooks.
Spooky stories.
I'm scared. All right. Well, on that note, I'll wrap it up here. So again, I'm your host, Owen Rebel. This is my talk show, LeyLey Off Rebel, and we do this interviews almost every single day. I might have an interview tomorrow. If not, then another day. Just as a reminder, I said this at the start of the interview or before it. I'm actually doing an art contest for $1,000. 1,000 American dollars, and
wow.
it starts May 10th, or was already started yesterday, and it runs until
Yep.
June 1st. That's about 3
Hell
weeks, and I'm just a judge. And basically, there's gonna be 4 winners. Top prize, it's a prize pool. So the first winner or number one, whatever you want to call it, first place gets $400. And yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. And basically, if you just type in the chat ! contest, it gives you a link to a tweet. You click that tweet, and then it gives you all the information. It gives you a paste bin and an Imgur to all my model references. And basically, the contest is just to draw my character. But you don't have to. You have to draw my character, but you don't have to draw the outfits. You can draw whatever outfit you want. So if you want to draw me as like in a sweater or something, you could do that. If you want to draw me as like a slime girl, you could. Whatever your heart desires, as long as it's just my OC. And yeah.
Virgin Killer Slitter, except backwards.
Ooh. Hey, that's a little spicy. Hey, maybe. Anybody out there? Anyone out there? All right. Anyway, on that note, I like to say thank you so much, LeyLey, for coming by. and
No
being a part of
problem.
this
I'm glad I was finally
interview.
able to do this with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're
Just been
100.
like real proud of like what you've done here because
Thank
it's
you.
definitely been taking off.
140.
Also, congrats on your application as well. Hope they get back to you real soon too.
Thank you. I submitted it 2 days ago, so it says like about a week. But yeah,
Yeah, like it can take longer than that though.
Oh
I think
no.
mine was like 2.5 weeks or something
Oh
like that before
no.
they got back to me. So it can take a while. Just cross your fingers.
I don't know if you know Nadori, but I DM'd him earlier today because I was like, "Yo, did you get back?" And he's like, "Oh, it's been a month since my application." I was like, "Dude."
Yeah, some of them take times. It kind of depends on like how many applications they're getting in, and then it can take longer if they're like thinking about it because they're like kind of weighing like the pros and cons about
Yeah.
stuff. So the longer it takes, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It means they're considering it more
Well,
sometimes.
I told him that I do talk shows and I interview people, and I'm very wholesome.
Hmm.
Very infamous on wholesome. So that's all I said I did. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. Maybe I don't. If I don't, I'll just reapply. You know, there's not the end of the world. I do expect I might not get it the first
Yeah,
time.
just-
So it is what it is, right?
Yeah, keep on keeping on, keep growing, just reapply.
Yeah.
That's what I tell everyone.
Exactly.
It usually pays off eventually as long as you like, find what works for you and keep going in that direction.
Yeah.
Which I feel like this works for you.
Yeah.
It's been working out really well.
Doing the talk show. Listen, interviewing people is very interesting. I always tell people there's some people I've interviewed on here that I didn't really know, and within a 1 hour interview, I know a lot about them. I feel like it's a good format to like get to know people better, and I feel like I gotten to know you a bit better too. So
Hey.
hey, it works.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. But
It works.
yeah,
Who knew?
it works. So on that note, we'll wrap it up here. So thank you so much for coming by, everyone, for watching. We're gonna go raid somebody / host somebody, so we're gonna figure that out. Normally, hold on one second. Usually I bring in my my what do you call it? Photographer. They take photos for me because I like to take photos of every guest and then post them on the picture. But I think they're offline tonight or they're busy, which is okay. But if they're busy, that means I'll just take the picture myself. But anyway, we'll go raid somebody. We'll look at somebody in the category of VR chat. Give someone some love. Yeah, who was on? Good question.